Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Now I'd like to talk about autofs. Autofs is a package with which you can access a NFS share on your network, and I use it a lot because I've got a Synology NAS and I have configured autofs to access it automatically when I need it, to mount it. And on this laptop I have recently installed Kubuntu 18.04, and I haven't installed or I haven't configured autofs yet, so I thought I'd just make a video about it showing how to do it. If you've got a Synology NAS, on the Synology side you have to configure the NFS permissions. How it works: NFS needs an IP address, and for this IP address you can give read-write permissions, and this is important. You have to map all users to admin. Otherwise, at least this is my experience, you cannot access this shared directory from other machines, even if the IP address is correct. So that's all you have to do on the NFS side. On the Synology side. Okay, let's close it. First of all, you have to install NFS Common. So let's do it. Yes, install it. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay. Now install autofs. Autofs. Okay. All right. So autofs works based on configuration files, and those you can find in where is it? etc autopon dot master. You need sudo to edit this file. No. I see. It's a typo. Yeah, this is it. So here you have to specify in which directory your share is going to be mounted. In this case, I'm going to create a directory called NFS, and you have to specify the configuration file. auto.nfs, let's call it that. Okay, Control X. Yes, enter. Okay, now let's create this directory. Now let's create the auto.nfs configuration file. Just do it with nano. Auto.nfs. Okay, Okay, and here you have to specify the name of the directory inside the directory you have just specified in auto.master. It's gonna be called ds, and we need read-write privileges or permissions. Read size is come on, it's German keyboard, but I'm using it as an US keyboard. Write size come on, come on. Okay, what else? And the IP address and the path to the shared folder. No, no, yes. Opa. Okay, this is it. And this is important. You have to have a new line, an empty line at the end of the file. Otherwise, autofs won't work. This is important. Control X. Yes, enter. Okay. Now, should I start or enable first autofs? I think I have to start. Sudo system control start autofs. Let's enable so that autofs is going to be, I mean the autofs service is going to be started at each startup. Enable. Alright. And my experience is that after you start and enable autofs, you have to reload because yeah, for some reason you have to reload the configuration files, and you do it like sudo system control reload, maybe also restart, I don't know. But let's just try it first if it works without reloading. So our share is going to be, it's going to be mounted if you only in case you want to access your share. So let's have a look at it. Came on. You see, the NFS directory is empty. There is no DS directory inside it. So let's say list NFS DS. Okay, it doesn't work. Let's restart or reload, or I don't know which one to do. Sudo system control, I think reload might be enough. Okay, let's try it again. Yes, reloading did the trick. You see, these are the directories on my Synology NAS, on the shared directory. I don't know if you have noticed, but sometimes my screen flickers, and this must be an issue with KDE, because just before Kubuntu I had Linux Mint Cinnamon 18.03 or 18.3 on this laptop, and I didn't have this flickering problem with Cinnamon. So if it keeps happening, I will have to get rid of Kubuntu and install Linux Mint 19 on this laptop again. Because the main reason I had Linux Mint on this laptop is because before that I had Fedora, of course with KDE, and before that with GNOME on it. But after some lib input updates, my touchpad just stopped to work properly. I mean, if I just rested my finger on the touchpad, the mouse pointer just started to jump around like this. So it was impossible to make fine, subtle movements with the mouse pointer. And you know, a problem like this renders your laptop unusable because I don't always have an external mouse with me. So after that, I installed Linux Mint, and with Linux Mint, it worked very well. Then I figured it out that I can install the Synaptics driver instead of and I can use the Synaptics driver instead of the lib input driver for the touchpad, and that's why I installed Kubuntu, because my preferred desktop environment is KDE. I just like it so much. And actually, just yeah, this flickering is bad. And it hasn't been happening for some days or weeks, I don't know. It started it now, but if it keeps happening, I'm gonna go back to Cinnamon. I mean Linux Mint Cinnamon. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's very, very bad. This is something that renders your laptop unusable again. Input devices, input devices. There is the touchpad, and there are a lot of settings. Most of these settings are grayed out if you use lib input. But I installed the Synaptics driver, and now it works. No, I don't want to save anything. Oh, this flickering is very bad. I'm gonna have to get rid of Kubuntu on this laptop and go back to Linux Mint. Linux Mint is cool, I like it a lot. I like Cinnamon a lot as well, but I prefer KDE. But you know, I have to use what works well with my hardware. And it seems that Linux Mint works the best with this specific laptop. Okay, what did I want to show? System control status autofs. It's running, all right. So you have a master configuration file under etc called auto.master. What have I done wrong again? Ah, this typo again. So in this file you have to specify where you want to mount your shared directory, your network share, and where is the configuration file for that. And in the configuration file for the specific share, you have to specify the name of the directory in which this share is going to be mounted in, and of course the permissions. Oh, typo again, it has to be soft. Read size, write size, and the IP address and the path. Okay. I have to be sudo to be able to save it. Oh, come on. Okay, let's just edit it. Okay, and you keep in mind, in this configuration file, the last line has to be an empty line. Yes, save it. The other thing, the next step I always do is create a symbolic link, and it's like ln minus s, and you have to specify the target here, I think. Yes, and the link name, and I want to have it in my home directory, and it's gonna be called just ds. And here you have to be careful. If, for example, if I had a directory inside my home directory, if I had a directory already called ds, this command would put all the directories in my that are in my share into this directory called ds, and this is not what I want. I want to have a symbolic link pointing to this network share that is called ds. So ds, I don't want ds to be a directory, I want it to be the name of the link, and this is important. I think it should work. Okay, let's check it. Yes, here it is. What is the problem? Are you kidding? Broken symbolic link. Why is it broken? Yeah, of course I modified the configuration file, so I have to reload autofs again. Okay, now it should work. No. Come on. Okay, what's up? Soft intro. Okay, I don't know what can be the problem. Just do a reload again. Okay. Now it works. Alright, great. Now the symbolic link should work also. No. Let's create this symbolic link again, which means let's... Where are you? Let's remove it first. Okay. It's not there anymore, great. Where are you? Okay. Am I doing something wrong? Let's troubleshoot it. First comes the target, then the link name. S stands for symbolic. ln minus s target link name. What is the problem? I have always been doing like this. etc ds. That's interesting. I have never had this problem before. Or am I doing something wrong and I'm not noticing it? What the? DS is there. What's the matter? Broken symbol linked to etcds. Why is it broken? Ah, it's etc NFS DS. Come on. Oh my. Come on. Yeah. Just type it again. NN minus S NFS DS. It should work now. Yeah. Okay. Now it's not red. It shouldn't be broken. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We have fixed it. Great. So that's how you create a network. I mean, that's how you mount your NFS network share using autofs. And the advantage of autofs is that the share is only going to be mounted if you want to access this share. So it is much more flexible than something like fstab, or how is it called? Yeah. And for example, if your network share is not accessible because you are not in that network, it won't make your system waiting for mounting this share when booting. So it's a good thing. Okay. This flickering is terrible. Really, KDE is my favorite desktop environment, but if it doesn't work with my hardware well, I have to use something else that works with my hardware well. And one thing I really like about KDE is that the dark KDE theme, Breeze Dark is just so beautiful. I like it a lot. and it works beautifully with Firefox. For example, if I search for something, this box here is readable because under Cinnamon, or actually in any GTK based theme, here I mean dark theme, and this is the problem with Cinnamon too, but also with GNOME. This text box here is going to have a dark background, and of course the text is also dark, so you cannot see what's in there. But it just works out of the box very well with the dark KDE theme. Yeah, that's bad. In the beginning, I didn't have this problem with Kubuntu on this laptop. I may try Fedora KDE again, and if it works with after installing this Synaptics driver like this, I'm gonna keep Fedora on it. If not, I'm gonna go back to Linux Mint Cinnamon. I want to show you. Have a look at this. I can still make it jitter. If I make subtle movements, it starts to jitter. The mouse pointer is shaking. See? And for example, on this laptop, I have also Windows 10 installed, and with Windows 10, the touchpad works perfectly. And with Linux Mint Cinnamon, it works much better than this. But you know, with the Synaptics driver on KDE, it is acceptable because most of the time it won't start to shake. But without the Synaptics driver, with the live input driver, it would be really unusable. Okay, that's all. It's become so dark, I've just noticed it right now. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Goodbye.